everyone, I'm Sue and welcome to Sue O'Berry Designs, where I bring you fast, fun, and adorable projects. In today's video lesson, I'm going to teach you how to embroider on these adorable diaper cover panties from All About Blanks. This video is sponsored by All About Blanks, your place for blanks. These little diaper cover panties are so cute, it kind of makes me wish I had a little baby again. But whether you're making these to sell or as a gift or just for yourself and your little baby, they can be kind of tricky to embroider on. So today I'm going to teach you 2 different ways that you can embroider on these diaper cover panties. All the materials that you're going to need are listed in the description, so grab your machine and let's get stitching. Of course, you're going to need a pair of those diaper cover panties, an embroidery hoop, some placement stickers, and the hoop mat by Dime is really wonderful, some embroidery needles, some little scissors and duckbill applique scissors, some flower head pins, your embroidery thread, and a bobbin with 60 weight thread, and 2 kinds of stabilizers. For method number 1, we are actually going to be hooping a sheer cutaway, kind of like a poly mesh stabilizer, and make sure that stabilizer is in there nice and tight, and find the center on your little diaper cover panties wherever you want your embroidery. Now I like to find the center and use some of those flower head pins to go down the center of that, and I feel like it kind of creases it and really helps everything stay in place. And then you can take the little placement sticker and you can find the center of the center right exactly where you want your embroidery design's center to be. With this method, we have hooped the stabilizer and we're going to turn our little diaper cover panties wrong side facing out, and we're going to be placing it with the right side facing up directly over that stabilizer and using straight pins to adhere the little panties to the stabilizer. Now with this method, you're going to want to make sure everything's nice and centered. But of course, once we get to our embroidery machine, we can always reposition and get it nice and perfectly centered there as well. You'll see that all I'm doing is smoothing out the little panties, kind of from the center out, and then putting a flower head pin through all the layers. I do tend to pin and then reposition and then repin. And though it takes a little bit of time, it is absolutely worth the effort that you're putting in to pinning this. Once you've got it pinned in the flat center, you're going to roll the little extra pair of panties and you're going to kind of roll them into a little ball, and then you're going to pin all the layers to that stabilizer. And just repeat this on all of the different sides until you have as large and a flat of an area for your machine embroidery that you can have. And then go back and kind of smooth out your materials again until you have, again, as large of an area that's nice and smooth and flat that won't get caught in your presser foot. Now we're not going to actually embroider on this particular method, but I'm just going to demonstrate how you're going to thread your machine, get your needle in there, and positioning it and exactly what to do. Now float that little piece of tearaway wash away underneath the hoop, and this will help give your embroidery a little extra body. Find your center and embroider. Assuming we did embroider this, when we were finished, we would just remove that tearaway stabilizer from the wrong side and then remove our materials from the hoop. Go ahead and remove all of those straight pins, and then you would use the duckbill applique scissors to cut around that sheer cutaway stabilizer real carefully so that you don't accidentally cut the diaper cover panties. Now method 2 is the opposite. We are going to actually be hooping the panties themselves. The very first thing we're going to do though is same as last time. We're just going to find the center of the area that we want to embroider and put straight pins straight down the center.
Once you find the center, you're going to come back with your little placement sticker and find the center of the center. Place that little sticker there, and this is going to be the center of the embroidery design. Now we are going to need the bottom hoop, or the outside hoop, and we're going to literally take those little panties and slip it all the way around. Now you can kind of use the inside hoop as a guide to help you figure out where the center is going to be. And then you're going to make sure that the little labels are completely out of the way. I actually like to put them on the outside of where the hoop is, and then there's no chance of them getting stuck underneath the needle. Now you'll notice we put the inside hoop into the outside hoop, and we are actually hooping these little panties. Pull the materials so that they're nice and taut, kind of like a drum. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Once you feel that it's a nice tight positioning, go ahead and tighten that screw. Now go ahead and pull the panties that are on the wrong side of the hoop, which we definitely don't want, and pull them toward the right side of the hoop. And obviously we can't stitch like that because we would immediately get those little panties caught on the presser foot. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll them and pin them. Roll and pin, and just keep repeating this process all the way around so you have as smooth and as large of an area for your machine embroidery to be stitching. The idea is just to make sure all those little panties and the little pieces and the elastic and everything is as far out of the way from your embroidery area as possible, and most importantly, out of the area of the presser foot. Once you feel comfortable with it, we are going to be putting a piece of stabilizer underneath it, but we'll do that at the machine. Thread your machine, and let's go ahead and now hoop your hoop into the machine and place that tearaway wash away underneath the hoop. Get your design, and I'm going to talk about centering it here. Just find your design and use whatever method your machine has for centering. I like to take my time and really make sure I've got it nice and accurate. Sometimes I'll lower my presser foot and just kind of go in with the needle up and down until I feel really comfortable that that presser foot isn't going to get stuck on our little diaper cover panties. Once you feel comfortable, start stitching. When you're finished stitching, go ahead and remove the hoop from the machine. And now we're going to go back to the flat surface, remove your flower head pins. And now you're going to gently remove that tearaway, wash away stabilizer from the wrong side of the little diaper cover panties. And if you don't get all the little pieces, because it's a wash away, you can just go back in there with some warm water and just kind of massage that stabilizer out. But I found that I was able to get all of it out with this particular design just by using my scissors. Now remove the panties from the hoop, turn it right side out, and there you go. Seriously, how adorable are these little panties? They really weren't that hard to stitch after all. And depending on how large your design is or how many designs you want to place on your little diaper cover panties, you can use either of these methods. So give it a try and make something special for some little sweet person in your life.
And if you like this video, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, join my weekly newsletter, come follow me on Instagram, and of course you can come have some fun with us over at my Facebook fan club. You can find me everywhere at Suavery Designs. And until I see you next time, I hope you have a creative day. Bye-bye!
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe below. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.